What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles. Welcome you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. The absolute hardest line that I collect right now is Transformers, not because of the quality of the figures are so bad, the paint jobs are so sketchy, but because it covers so many different iterations. There's Armada, Prime, other stuff I don't collect. The only line, the brand that I'm focused on, Transformers, is Generation 1. And with so many different fan bases to serve, I understand that the Hasbro Transformers team is not going to release something that I care and want with every live stream, another round of releases. I get that. I've accepted it. I've moved on. And when I get those rare G1 figures coming through with the new lineup, it's like, yes, finally, somebody that I care about, a character that I want to add to my Transformers collection. It's a waiting game. I have to be very patient. I understand that that's part of the deal with being a G1 only collector of Transformers. And so when Hasbro reveals something that has me excited, where it's like, this is for you G1 fans, I'm like, oh, what do we got? Who's coming now? Because I've got a pretty decent collection of them, but there's still a number of them that I'm seeing, my checklist. I'm watching old school Transformers episodes like, oh yeah, we need him. We need this guy too. We need a whole bunch of them still. But they've gotten a lot of good characters out there, and my Transformers shelf is looking pretty good with this Studio Series / Kingdom War for Cybertron, a few Siege figures. Some are just too expensive for me to go back and track down. So I'm like, all right, Hasbro, let's make a slightly new and slightly improved version of this character. So anyway, one figure, as I keep going back and forth to different targets that I see on the show, it kind of irritates me, is this guy. It's Detritus, and it's a repaint of Hound. And every time I see this figure, I'm like, man, this should be the Hound that I have for my G1 crew. I'm not a huge fan of the repaints. They call them a different name. I don't really need a massive output for these guys. But I'm just like, man, you just put this guy in classic Hound colors. I'm set. And Detritus is a Decepticon. Didn't even know that. But I mean, it's just like, I just want classic colors so I can go have Hound as another member of my Autobot squad. It's still missing several key characters. Lots of mini bots. I'm still waiting to get a good Bumblebee because I missed out on a classic VW bug version of Bumblebee a long time ago. So he's too expensive to try to track down. Still waiting on Hasbro to go, we should make a new figure of Bumblebee, G1 style. So anyway, today Hasbro dropped something, and I saw it on their Instagram. I didn't even see it on anything else. I saw it on their Instagram page. And I was like, oh, this is oh no. I read the fine print. It's characters that I have most of. And, it's like, cool. But one was new. It was Hound. And I was like, great. I don't need these repaints of these figures that I already have. But Hound, that is awesome. I can finally get this figure. And then I'll keep reading and go, oh, no. 5-pack. I've already got Trailbreaker. I've got Sunstreaker. I've got Wheeljack. And I've got Jazz. And just to prove it, because they were so easy for me to find on my shelf, I had to do a lot of digging and maneuvering. Here's Jazz in his transformed car alt mode because I just did not feel like transforming him before I started this video. Here's Sunstreaker. So you can see the difference with him. The window is slightly different. It's light blue compared to this sort of blue. Now, maybe Sunstreaker would be improved because all the yellows would be consistent. You probably not. You think even here, you can see this chest piece, the yellow there, is way different than the rest of his body. So it looks really weird. Maybe if they fix that, forearms have the same yellow all over the place issue as well. Maybe if they fix that, that would make it worthwhile. Here's Wheeljack. He's fine. He just gets a different colored windshield as well. There you go. So you can just see it again. No real changes outside of that for Wheeljack. And then Trailbreaker, again, I'll show you the figure in hand right here, and the new and improved, slightly tweaked version of Trailbreaker. And really, I mean, a windshield, that's what we're going to go with. And for me, I don't care about that kind of thing. I think it's cool for collectors who've missed out on figures like me to get another crack at these figures. So a slight change for people who are upset if something gets re-released, they're covered because, well, I got the one that has the darker blue version of the windshield. They're happy. People who missed out on the first version are fine because they get another shot. My issue here is simply, why put a character that you know collectors wanted with Hound and then make him only limited, only available through a 5-pack? That's the thing I don't get, don't understand. I feel like it's a really bad call. And in a 5-pack, you'd want to balance that out just a little bit better. Maybe throw in a character, say Gears, someone who hasn't had a figure, and put him back in rotation. And maybe, I guess, not so much in rotation, but put him out there. Get him so everybody who's missed out and who never got a chance to get that figure could get him. And I just don't get it. Maybe throw Bumblebee in this set. And for me, getting Bumblebee and Hound and maybe a repaint or two, that would be okay. But just one new figure in a 5-pack, that's not cool. That's not great. And I was like, all right, well, let's see what Pulse is talking about. What are they hitting for? What's the price? And weirdly enough, Hasbro Pulse does not have this so you can order. So that's not great. But fortunately, my affiliate, the great folks at Entertainment Earth, do have this set up where you can pre-order it right now. So let's take a look at that and what they're talking about from it. So here it is. It's $109 for these 5 figures. Let's see here. So that math, I think, breaks up pretty simple, pretty basic. It's not as crazy as some other stuff. But let's just say 110, 5 figures. So you got 22. That's basically the same price you would pay if you got these figures at Target or wherever. But really, you're not getting anything so special, so unique from these figures. I think Sunstreaker having a better, more consistent paint job would almost qualify him as worth getting an updated figure. Trailbreaker, I mean, I just don't see the upside to that one. My Jazz's knee is slightly wonky, so okay, that's one, but it's just so lame to make collectors who've already gotten 4 of the 5 figures have to put out to get another one. Make Hound a Pulse exclusive, call it a day, but don't make everybody have to go back in quadruple dip to get figures they've already gotten, to get that one that they know for sure collectors want to add to their G1 collection of figures. That's bad. And I try to defend Hasbro, but I also call them out when they deserve it. And I think this one is for sure a absolute call out session here. This is not a HasLab. This is just a basic, hey, you want to get this one figure, you're going to have to pay for 4 other figures you probably already have. So just not cool. And I think this is such a bad move, bad call from the Transformers team. And again, I understand you guys are not going to always cater to what I want as a Transformers fan, and that's fine. But when you do serve up something from G1, make it make sense so I can get it. And hey, I'm happy, like Frenzy, when I could actually find them in stores. But I'm not complaining, oh no, you just put Frenzy in this line. No, I'm like, cool, great. I'm happy about that. But why did you lock Hound up when this 4 with 4 other figures that have slight tweaks, just a little windshield change, and call it a day? That's not enough effort. That's not enough work to make that worthwhile and to go, all right, guys, now it's time for you to pay big time because you've been talking about wanting the Hound figure and now you get to back it up. Now I'm going through and seeing if there's anything else extra. And it looks like Wheeljack does have something extra here. So let's pull that up. Wheeljack has another gun, and the original one, let me just pull this off, a little bit tricky here. The soul weapon that he had was very simple and very small and meager. So I guess that's an improvement on him, but this was the only weapon. He had this very small blaster there, you can see, and it was better suited for his shoulder mount cannon piece here. Let's put that on there properly. So that was cool to have. So now he gets a blaster, which is great. That's something you can add on to him. But I mean, is that really worth paying a whole other, buying another extra Wheeljack for a new pistol? So Sunstreaker looks like he has a better gun as well. That's an improvement because the other one is just this top piece. It wasn't great because it would just fly out of his hand. I don't know if you guys heard, but that's what happened. Anyway, so here it is. It's really small and very minor, but again, this blaster he's rocking is cool. But I mean, is it really worth buying a whole other version of him? This is the sole weapon that he came with before. I mean, Sunstreaker, he's actually fine for an update, but gosh, man, this is, I'm really compromising, trying to go, okay, well, maybe the paint is here, but you know, when this first Sunstreaker was solicited, it wasn't like his colors were crazy and mismatched on that. So I don't know if I can necessarily count on Hasbro delivering a much improved paint job. We'll see. But yeah, this is one of those deals where I just kind of wish they had thought about the collectors a little bit more. Maybe put them in a 2-pack. I mean, Hound and Sunstreaker makes a lot of sense if you think about a huge moment in Transformers, the movie lore. Let's see if I can pull that up really fast, where Hound and Sunstreaker are the only ones with Prime right before he goes, Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. I mean, that's it. Here you go. Great. That was helpful. I mean, that should be something that will pop up really easily and very fast. So let's try that again. All right. Here we go. Found it really easy. No problem, because it's an iconic moment in one of the best animated movies of my childhood. I mean, Hound, Sunstreaker, make that a 2-pack. You don't have to overcomplicate it. And they've done 2-packs for the movies already. We got the Death Massacre, Ironhide, and Prowl. So I don't understand what the problem here was. Just making Sunstreaker and Hound a fellow 2-pack. We've got a new Prime from Studio Series 86 coming anyway. So I don't know. That seemed to be the more obvious way to go, as opposed to also you got to buy Jazz, who would have made more sense in another 2-pack with Cliff Jumper. Trailbreaker, I mean, you know, do we need a new one of him already? I mean, no. But you could have put him with someone else. Gears, just anybody. And I keep saying Gears because I feel like they've really done us. Maybe then you could put in Cosmo, because, you know, they made it impossible to get him in that setup, or Cosmos in that set with Walmart, where good luck. But yeah, this is just a weird choice, a weird decision, and definitely one where, as a fan of Hasbro, I don't feel like I came first. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this 5-pack. If any of you guys want to get this pack and don't want Hound for whatever reason, holla at your boy. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. As always, this episode of Loud's Figure Files has been filed.